The soul is healed by being with children. Man only likes to count his troubles. He doesn't calculate his happiness. I say let the world go to hell, but I should always have my tea. What is hell? I maintain that it is the suffering of being unable to love. To go wrong in one's own way is better than to go right in someone else's. People speak sometimes about the bestial cruelty of man, but that is terribly unjust and offensive to beasts. No animal could ever be so cruel as a man, so artfully, so artistically cruel. We sometimes encounter people, even perfect strangers, who begin to interest us at first sight, somehow suddenly, all at once, before a word has been spoken. I love mankind, he said, but I find to my amazement that the more I love mankind as a whole, the less I love man in particular. Taking a new step, uttering a new word, is what people fear most. But how could you live and have no story to tell? The mystery of human existence lies not in just staying alive, but in finding something to live for. It takes something more than intelligence to act intelligently. Right or wrong, it's very pleasant to break something from time to time. To love someone means to see them as God intended them. Nothing in this world is harder than speaking the truth, nothing easier than flattery. Much unhappiness has come into the world because of bewilderment and things left unsaid. Man is sometimes extraordinarily, passionately, in love with suffering. I can see the sun, but even if I cannot see the sun, I know that it exists. And to know that the sun is there, that is living. Man is a mystery. It needs to be unraveled, and if you spend your whole life unraveling it, don't say that you've wasted time. I am studying that mystery because I want to be a human being. It is better to be unhappy and know the worst, than to be happy in a fool's paradise. I think the devil doesn't exist, but man has created him. He has created him in his own image and likeness. Pain and suffering are always inevitable for a large intelligence and a deep heart. It is not the brains that matter most, but that which guides them, the character, the heart, generous qualities, progressive ideas. You can be sincere and still be stupid. Nothing is easier than to denounce the Fyodor. Nothing is more difficult than to understand him. Besides, nowadays, almost all capable people are terribly afraid of being ridiculous, and are miserable because of it. If you want to be respected by others, the great thing is to respect yourself. Only by that, Only by self-respect will you compel others to respect you. This is my last message to you. In sorrow, seek happiness. To love is to suffer, and there can be no love otherwise. You will burn and you will burn out. You will be healed and come back again. I did not bow down to you. I bowed down to all the suffering of humanity. My God, a moment of bliss. Why isn't that enough for a whole lifetime? Love in action is a harsh and dreadful thing compared to love in dreams. Sarcasm, the last refuge of modest and chaste-souled people when the privacy of their soul is coarsely and intrusively invaded. Pain and suffering are always inevitable for a large intelligence and a deep heart. The really great men must, I think, have great sadness on earth. Above all, don't lie to yourself. The man who lies to himself and listens to his own lie comes to a point that he cannot distinguish the truth within him or around him, and so loses all respect for himself and for others. And having no respect, he ceases to love.